Welcome back and welcome to Module 2. This is still John McKinnon with AIARE, and we're doing the pre-course information for the digital mapping webinar. So on Module 2, we're going to talk about an overview of trip option catalogs. We're going to go over some of the basics. First thing, I want to just reintroduce the AIARE framework, also called the AIARE Risk Management Framework. This is the tool that the new recreational curriculum is built upon. It's also the tool we give our students to identify and manage risk in avalanche terrain. So the question is, where do trip option catalogs fit in with this tool? So they fit in the prepare each season bucket. Investigate trip options is something that as instructors, you're encouraged to do each season. You're encouraged to investigate trip options, refine pre-existing ones, and continue to develop new trip options. And so what many of you are doing here is reviewing ways to investigate, develop, and refine your current trip option catalogs. So what are trip option catalogs? They're annotated maps and photos that have specific runs or tours on them. So this is an example from Oregon Ski Guides out there in Central Oregon. Ball Butte is an area they take their courses to quite frequently. On the left, you have a CalTopo map with named runs, and on the right, you have an annotated photo. And when these two tools are used in conjunction, it's a really effective way to help students make decisions in and around avalanche terrain, to stay found, and to build consensus. Here's another example of a trip option catalog. This is from the Leadville area, my neck of the woods. This is a really basic one, but instead of using lines to designate where you might go on any given day, this trip option catalog has polygons. And that's a term from CalTopo, which we'll cover in the webinar, but instead of being overly specific with where you might go in a general vicinity, like on Ball Mountain, you might have these zones that you explore. And this is a more advanced option of a trip option catalog. This is from the Red Mountain Pass Zone. This is an area that has been heavily mapped with regards to avalanches for decades. So they can be pretty specific with the names of the runs and the names of the paths. So this is a more advanced and kind of more complex trip option catalog. So why do we build trip option catalogs? This will be one of the topics that we talk about on the webinar. They help familiarize ourselves with the terrain. They help us make critical decisions about where we go in an objective setting. They allow the group to build consensus around terrain. And most importantly, they allow us to open and close areas or runs before we head into the field. We'll talk more about the why behind trip option catalogs during the webinar, and there'll be a chance to collaborate with other instructors. I just wanted to introduce some of the why behind trip option catalogs. Next up is Module 3. We'll shift gears from the why to the how. Modules 3 and 4 will discuss how to build trip option catalogs using both CalTopo and Google Earth. So we'll see you in Module 3.